Havas Media Group, marketing
Media.
and communications. They raked in $42,800,000+, and there's 4 other independent contractors that they paid substantial millions of dollars to. This is Byron, Lazine, and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 387 of The Real Word.
Word is up. I feel like we should have had like a celebration or like a cheese board, something to like you. This is the day.
Haley should have gotten you some confetti.
So I
over
mean, I
there.
have actually some at home from football games that we didn't get enough touchdowns for me to ignite. But this is it.
I mean, most people, it's their favorite time of the year, and that's because of the holidays, the stockings, the hot cocoa, the 5-degree weather that you're experiencing up there. And then for some of us, it's our favorite
For
time
one
of
of
the
you.
year.
Yep.
For one person, it's my favorite time of the year because it's when we get to see what NAR spent our money on. Okay, so every year NAR has to release a Form 990. Okay, it's because they're a nonprofit, and this filing must go public. Now, the filing is not for this year. It always gets released at like the end of the year. So they wait until the very end to release it. But it's for the one that we have our hands on now. The newest updated Form 990 is for the year 2024. Okay. It's one of the.
I feel like we're usually further behind than that. No?
Well, I think you're right, actually. It may be a little bit because years prior, the Form 990, we would actually have to go find it on a website called ProPublica. Okay. Because NAR wouldn't they weren't, in years prior, they weren't saying, hey, we're releasing this. Come look at what we spent your money on. They weren't bringing attention to it.
Yeah.
But this year, in the new age of transparency with NAR, they went and released it to BAM in particular. Okay, so they released it to us. They proactively shared it with media that requested it. BAM requested it, so they released it to us. So
within a year old, I feel like we're usually looking at like 2-3 years ago.
No, we always get, I mean, it feels like it's 2 years because it's going to be 2026, but we always had, we had 2023
Okay.
either at the end or the
I
beginning
was
of this
wrong.
year.
I just feel like it's always like 19 years behind, and we're like, I wonder what it's going to be like in 10 years. Yeah.
So we have, so if you go to the article that's going to be linked up here in the show notes on Now BAM, inside of that article, there is a link to expenses from 2011 to 2022. So if you want to look at the history, then we did an article on 2023's executive salaries and marketing spend. And then here in this main article, you have the 2024. And so, last year we looked at 2023 marketing, these salaries. We looked at the marketing spend, but we also last year got a look inside of a New York Times investigation and the NAR's culture of excess, as New York Times put it. It was 6-figure volunteer stipends, corporate cards for massages and event tickets. Remember, there was first class travel perks. There was $300+ bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So, in a nonprofit, there was experts in that New York Times expose that said they've never heard of anything quite like this. It was virtually unheard of, this type of spending and excess coming from a nonprofit. Okay, so that's where we've come from now. New age of transparency, maybe a small signal that NAR is going to be ultra transparent in 2026. That's their, one of their initiatives is to share everything. And they, instead of having to go find this Form 990, they shared it directly with the media who requested it. All right, let's take a look at let's start with the salaries here in 2024. CEO Nykia Wright. This was a full year of being the CEO. And so Nykia Wright had reportable compensation, at $2.492 million plus dollars. So
Which
almost two and a.
actually ended up saving us some money though, because I think I see Bob Goldberg was at 3 million.
Well, I'm going to give you I'm going to break that down.
Okay.
So did it save us some money, or is Nykia Wright being compensated at a level that is unprecedented for first year NAR CEOs? So let's take the CEO salary. We'll stop here before we get to some of these other salaries.
Yeah.
Like Nykia Wright, $2.5 million salary, $57,343 in other compensation. All of the executive team got this $57,000 in addition to their salary. So there's some kind of a bonus there that you typically see every single year. How they got bonus in 24 with everything that went on, beyond me.
Yeah.
Absolutely beyond me. But they got this $57,000 as if they really needed that. Now, in the article that we have from 2011 to 2022, Bob Goldberg, in his first year as CEO, okay, the salary was $1,166,112. So that was his first full year as CEO, 2017. Okay, just 7 years prior to this 990 that we're looking at right now, which is for reflective of the year 2024. So fiscal year ending 2017, Bob Goldberg made 1.166 million plus, and Nykia Wright's first full year CEO, 2.5 million. Okay, so the increase in first year CEO compensation, Nicole, from the 2.42 million to the 1.166 is an increase of 113.8%. So first time CEO 2017 to first time CEO 2024, NAR says that is more than 113% of a raise. Okay, if you look at that per year, that's an 11.5%, because this is compounded.
Yeah.
So your CAGR, which is the annual growth rate, the compounding annual growth rate is 11.5% per year. I mean, this outpaces inflation by a little bit. And so that's a huge number. Now, kind of what you said there, Nicole, is really interesting. You said, well, Bob Goldberg was making 3 million. So it sounds like
we saved a little bit.
We saved money. Because remember, these CEOs get paid, even sometimes when they're retired. Bob Goldberg did not, because of some of the things that went happen. But in his 2023, what Nicole's referencing is Bob Goldberg went from 1.1 million and change in 2017 to his last year getting a salary, 2023. He made over $3 million. So when you see Nykia Wright at 2.5 and you remember, oh, well, the last CEO was making 3 million, it sounds like a savings, but her starting point of 2.5 million, just under, is 113% plus more than the starting point of Bob Goldberg. And what we've seen through history is that every year the CEO salary exponentially moves up. It moves up every year. Okay, so how much, Bob Goldberg made 1.166 in 2017. Then he was making 1.926 million in 2018. Then he was up almost to 2.250, almost $2.25 million in 2019. Then in 2020, he was at basically what Nykia Wright is right now, 2.467 million. And then in 2021, he was at 2.522 million. And then in 22, he was at 2.591 million. And then 23, up over 3 million. It was his exit year. You always get more in the exit year for whatever reason with these. So if Nykia Wright follows that trend, this 2.5 million for this calendar year, 2025, when we get it a year from today, might be up over, 2.75, might be 3 million. It's going to be higher.
Yeah.
Potentially. Now, maybe not. I don't know, but that's what history would suggest. Okay, Marc Birschbach, the SVP of Strategic Business and Innovation and Tech. Now, there's been a lot of changes to the executive team, but this is 2024. $1.262 million. Got the $57,000 little sweetener, the little kicker.
Everybody got the little sweetener.
You put sweetener in your coffee, Nicole?
I don't actually. I like mine with just cream.
Just cream. Well, a little creamer for you, a little $57,000 worth of cream for.
I'll take it.
Mark. Shannon McGahn, Chief Advocacy Officer, critical person. You know, if you're looking at an NAR from a positive light and you're saying who's critical, who's mission critical, it's Shannon and her advocacy team. And she was at third highest paid at 1.164 million reportable. Got the $57,000 kicker. Everybody got the $57,000 kicker, so I'll stop saying that. Katie Johnson, General Counsel. It was kind of a big year for Katie and the team.
Well, except she got fired though, didn't she? What it looked like October 4th.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
$900,000. Maybe we should have spent a little bit more money on legal.
I don't know. Not a bad year for Katie.
Lawrence Yoon, Chief Economist, still rocking it strong. Just a smooth 800 and just under 857,000. Couple quotes a month. Run the economy team. Some couple charts. 850. Mm-hmm. John Pierpoint, CFO, Chief Financial Officer. He's got 800,000 plus. Suzanne Buia, Chief Marketing and Comms Officer, 624,000. Marc Gould, the Member Development Senior Vice President, 509,000. Beth Brittingham, over 400,000 for Leadership Resources.
They put their hour. So I'm looking at the breakdown. I mean, each of these, they're claiming they've worked 60 hours, at least 60 hours.
At least, Nicole.
52 to 60 hours. Yeah.
Opening $300 bottles of wine. I mean, do you include that in the 60 hours? That's hard work.
I mean, you have to, right? That's the only way to make it a write-off.
It's not easy. Do I want to go Napa? Do I want to go French? You know, do I want to go a Bordeaux? Do I want to keep it close to home and go Napa? That's hard work. It's a mental pretzel trying to figure out a $300 bottle of wine at dinner. Kevin Sears, who was the NAR president, began on the 8th, January 8th, so kind of a full year. He brought in $357,000. And listen, I'd say he earned every penny of that. He went through the meat grinder that year, and he was at least accessible. I give Kevin Sears still to this day a lot of credit.
And he didn't, again, if I look at his hours though, his hours were only 30 hours.
Man, I mean, does it count his travel? Guy was all over the place.
I don't know.
Man.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what's on here.
I mean, people stopping him, asking him questions.
He didn't get the sweetener. He didn't get the sweetener.
No. Well, it's not listed, so no listed additional compensation. You know, they're going to put in this $990 only what they have to as a nonprofit to keep nonprofit status. So maybe something else, but you know, I talked to Kevin. I know Haley's recording with us, but I know Kevin and I had a conversation. I think it was off camera when Haley was there that day when a couple of years ago when we did this interview with him. And he was talking about like his travel schedule and, he was on the road for so long, waiting around for his laundry at a laundromat. I don't know why he wouldn't use the hotel, but this is kind of the story he told me. Waiting around at the laundromat for his clothes to be done because he's on the road with, his NAR president duties. And, is that working time sitting at a laundromat? I mean, it's not working time, but it's not enjoyable. I mean, maybe it's not enjoyable time is my point. It's a sacrifice for the position.
Right.
Now he made $357,000. You're not going to see anybody cry for him.
No.
Certainly I'm not going to be in that line. Kevin Brown, first vice president, $228,000. Gregory Hrabcak, NAR treasurer, $218,000. Then you got chief human resources officer, which made combined comp up over $110,000. Tracy Kasper, who was the NAR president for 8 days, brought in $42,000.
Not a
That's the
bad
one I
year.
want. That's the one I want. I'll be present. Let me go try to clean that thing up for 8 days. Throw
8
me
days.
40G. I'll save you the 2,500. Just throw me 40G for 8 days. Okay. Nicole, here's where
This is
this
where
is why
you get hot and heavy.
I'm not going to, listen, if you've listened to these numbers in the past, maybe you just want to skip through this pod. And, if you've never heard these numbers before, this is the first time you said, whoa, I didn't know any of these numbers. I didn't realize you want to stick around for this one. This is typically where I blow my seal, and I'm not going to do that this year. I already know what to expect. I know what's coming. Havas Marketing Group, Havas Media Group, Marketing and Communications. They raked in $42,800,000+. And there's 4 other independent contractors that they paid substantial millions of dollars to. Havas Media Group, though, is the one that really sticks for me because they've been on the list for years, Nicole.
Years.
Back in 2023, what do you have that in front of you? If you have 23 in front of you, what
I
were
do
they?
have it somewhere.
23, they were
Yeah.
53 million.
So it was 53 million. Yeah.
Almost 54. So a reduction in a year 24 where they had the settlement where they had to reduce spend. They went down from 53, almost 54 million in 23 to Havas Media Group down to this 42.
Well,
and
but
change.
their event management though, that doubled this year. They had a few more parties.
Yeah. And now here's why I have a problem with Havas Media Group. Not them in particular. I'm sure they're very nice people. I'm sure I'm sure they do great work.
Great work.
For somebody out there. But I have a problem with NAR continuously hiring Havas Media Group and continuously saying we need to change the narrative with the public when the narrative with the public has never changed over decades because you continue to sign off on the same messaging that doesn't relate to customers. Okay. Havas Media Group has been running that messaging, those ad campaigns, those commercials, those billboards, those We Are Our campaigns that nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Havas Media Group in 2022 was paid $45 million. In 2021, they were paid $46 million. In 2020, they were paid $10 million. And 2019, they were paid $71 million. Okay. At least they cooled the jets in 2020 there.
A little bit.
$38 million in 2018. And 2017, $37 million. Nicole, I'm not adding as I go. 2016, they were paid $37 million. We've got to be over $500 million, right?
Easily.
$500 million to Havas Media Group, $500 million since 2015, since 2016. Okay, they've been on a nearly decade run of having this agreement with NAR to run media campaigns. Have they made $500 million impact? Most agents aren't talking to the customers they've worked with in the past. It's not that they won't make the call. It's that oftentimes they just don't know what to say. It's the reason that we partnered with Reminder Media to create authentic, customized print and digital magazines to send directly to your clients that you've worked with in the past. Everyone considers their clients for life, but are you actually having conversations relevant to where they're at? This one is from Nicole right here from the pod. I got this in my mailbox. Many of her clients receive this same magazine. For somebody like Nicole, it becomes an easy conversation starter. There's something to talk about other than just calling and checking in. All of our agents who use Reminder Media and their customized magazines are finding an easier path to having the conversations with those customers they've transacted with in the past to create a client for life relationship. Make it easy on yourself, not harder. Use Reminder Media to customize your content machine directly in the mailboxes of your clients.
I'm not getting involved in that.
Can they even explain realtor? We must convince consumers the definition. It hasn't landed. It hasn't worked. Now, NAR is saying that they are going to look closely at these media campaigns. I call that words. I want to see action. And to their defense here, obviously this is old history, but like some idiot in the past may have signed a 10-year agreement with Havas Media Group, and we may still be stuck in it.
Right.
Now I'm not defending the idiot from the past making that decision. Maybe it was a friend network. Maybe it was a kickback deal. I don't even know how you signed this deal.
I don't know either. Someone's got to be involved.
All right, they spent $15 million plus on PR, Brunswick Group LLC. How's the PR on NAR in 2024?
Right.
Uncommon Creative Studio, global branding. So more branding, 7.8 million plus. You know, we don't know the inner work. Like Havas Media Group might have a buddy called Uncommon Creative Studio. Hey, we need to spend 8 million over here on global branding. Okay, we're going to refer you out to these guys. Freeman Event Management Services at 6.9 million, and then Cooley LLP obviously was involved in the settlement. Legal counsel at 5.6 plus million dollars. Okay, they brought in that year $303 million on member dues. They brought in 11 plus million on conventions, advertising and subscriptions 5.4 million, government affairs 4.1 million, publications and service materials 295. The rest of the numbers are kind of inconsequential.
Well,
I mean,
but there
really,
was travel though. There was travel on here. Or I'm skipping ahead a little. Sorry.
well, that was a functional expense, 8 million
Yeah.
on travel.
It's wild.
Yeah, Nicole's so jealous.
I just.
I mean, so their
Oh.
biggest revenue providers, member dues, 300 plus million. Their biggest expense is salaries and wages, non-executive, 53 million. And fees for services other non-employees, 52 million. That's where the Havas Media Group and all of that kind of stuff comes in. Public policy, 48 million. Advertising and promotion, 37 million. And so
It's a lot of millions.
and I mean, they're good at spending. So there you go. There's the 2024 updated numbers. Now, hopefully in this first quarter release from NAR, I'm still holding out hope. Like when their strategic plan, which was like a pamphlet, I'm holding out hope that we see the whole plan in quarter one. I'm holding out hope that what they release in quarter one also says, hey, why don't we just get ahead? Are we spending on Havas Media Group in 2026 or not?
Right.
Have we fired them? Yes or no? My vote's yes. It hasn't worked.
No, it hasn't. But they're at least releasing the numbers to you now. So they're saving you a little bit of time.
They're saving us one step going to ProPublica.com. We don't have to go to ProPublica. Sorry, ProPublica, your realtor traffic is down. I'd like answers on specifically Havas Media Group. It's an enormous spend on
Huge
campaigns that have failed year after year after year. You know, if NAR can really win back the trust of and truly be transparent and solve some problems here, reduce unnecessary spending, wouldn't Nykia Wright be worth $2.5 million? Probably. Probably. Maybe you disagree with that. That number just seems, I mean, listen, these nonprofit companies that boy, you get to the top of these things, you're making a lot of money.
Lots of money, clearly.
Now, the role here is really important. It's, agents and homeowners and buyers and advocating for them. And that's where I think more of the money needs to be allocated. You could always do dividends back to the members. You don't have to give it to Havas Media Group. The marketing and ad campaign is ineffective. You could reduce member fees. You're going to have a reduction in members per NAR, per your projections. So obviously that plays into it, but you've got to reduce unnecessary spending. Havas Media Group, top of the list. Let us know what your thoughts are. Are you shocked if you've never heard these salaries? Are you more offended by the salaries? or the spending on something like Havas. Do you think this is all in line? Do you love it?
Love
Do you
it.
love how NAR is spending the money? Let us know what you think down below. Nicole,
Hey, I'm excited for tomorrow.
Bammies.
Yeah.
Bammies, the only
Well,
award
again,
show.
we're talking about marketing. We're talking about marketing groups, talking about agents who are supposed to be the best marketers, maybe. And that's what I was thinking as you were like, throw some dividends back. Like maybe they should watch the Bammies and start piggybacking on some of the agents that are already realtors, you know?
Yeah, the agents are the ones doing it. They're the ones
They
speaking to the
are.
customer. They're closest to the customer. And Bammies, the one unique thing about this is it is not pay to play. Every award show in the industry is pay to play. You pay for the award, you throw it on your social and pretend you won it. In BAM fashion, the Bammies, you did win it. It's live voting. It's real, authentic votes from peers and from other agents in real time at the Bammies. That'll be tomorrow. If you're getting this, on day of release, it's going to be tomorrow, which is Wednesday, December 10th, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can always catch the replays if you're a BAMX member inside of school, and you get an opportunity to try out school with the link down below as well. But if you want to be there live, be part of the vote, be part of the atmosphere, listen to Alyssa Kernut's keynote on hyper-local strategies that are going to work in Q1 of 26, then join us 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock on the West. Thanks, Nicole, for reminding me that. The
Well,
Bammies tomorrow.
we're talking about marketing. I mean, agents are the best.
Nothing better than the Bammies. That'll be
Nothing better.
tomorrow, Wednesday, the 10th of December. All right, Nicole. That's a
Good to
wrap.
see ya.
Keep it real, guys.
See you guys.
Stay warm. Hey, guys, there's really 3 things we all need to be focused on right now in this changing environment. It's build the brand, build up leads, and close more deals. So if you want the community that's #1 in helping agents close more deals, join us over in BAMX on School. It's at school.com/BAMX. I'll drop the link down below. Help get started today on building that brand, generating more leads, and ultimately closing more business. School.com/BAMX.